As it punches through the air, they get a clearer and clearer idea of how it's actually going to go, and you could see there he thought it was a big throw, but it wasn't. He stays in third as Dean for Japan.
Well, they're just putting the last few hurdles in place after the practice runs from what is a incredibly strong women's 100-meter hurdles field. Penultimate event of the night relay will come after this.
Well, this is one of the strongest fields of the night. I can tell you the first 5 from the Olympic final are here. Difficult conditions? Well, you wouldn't think so. Not after that men's 110-meter hurdles. Remember Holloway winning in 12.99. There is the camera there in lane 1 is Kenny Harrison, former world record holder. That world record in the Diamond League in London back in 2016. Same year she won here in Zurich. She was only 6th in the US Olympic trials, so didn't get close to making their team for Paris. Danielle WILLIAMS goes in lane 2 for Jamaica. Twice world champion. She won back in 2015 in Beijing, and then 8 years later took gold in Budapest, can you believe? And she won here last year, the Jamaican. She is the reigning world champion. She was only a semi-finalist in Paris at the Games. There's Nadine VISSER, well, the Olympic 4th placer, former heptathlete. Hasn't done a heptathlon since 2017. She's a fabulous hurdler now. 7th in short stop, 3rd in Rome. She won Freiburg over the weekend. There is CAMACHO-QUINN, Jasmine CAMACHO-QUINN, the Olympic champion in Tokyo. Took a bronze in Paris. Won 3 of the 6 Diamond League 100-meter hurdles races this year as the Puerto Rican. She's fabulously consistent, CAMACHO-QUINN. She's in 4. Masai RUSSELL. Well, she was unheralded going into Paris, but she came out as Olympic champion. She did win the US Olympic trials, which I guess was a hint of sorts, and she is the world number 2 this year, but she's in 5. Cyréna SAMBA-MAYELA. She got the only medal for France in Paris with that silver behind Russell. She is the world indoor champion from 2022. There is Stark, Grace Stark, 5th in the Olympic final in Paris. She's in good form. 2nd in short stop 11 days ago, and very close to her personal best of 12.31. Ditaji Kambunji, listen to this. The Swiss athlete here goes in 8. The Kambunji family have done quite some service for Swiss athletics. I'm just wondering if she's tired, Ditaji Kambunji. 8th in Lausanne and 7th in Rome in the last 3 weeks. And there, Pia SKRZYSZOWSKA, the European champion in Berlin back in 2022. The bronze medalist at the World Indoors in Glasgow earlier in the year. Bronze medalist in Rome at those Europeans a few weeks back. But only a semi-finalist in Paris at the game. This is a loaded field. The meeting record by the world record holder, Toby Amuzan, goes back a couple of years at 12.29. Track has dried out considerably over this last hour. Russell there, of the USA, only 24. Former ballet dancer, is Olympic champion. 4th in Chortsov, 2nd in Rome. Will want to get back into winning ways. Masai RUSSELL there in 5. Line up from the far side once again for this penultimate race of the night, the women's sprint relay to come. Kenny Harrison over on the far side in 1. Danielle WILLIAMS, the reigning world champion, goes in 2 for Jamaica. The Dutch athlete Visser, 4th in the Olympics, can catch consolation here. She's in 3. CAMACHO-QUINN goes in 4, the Olympic bronze medalist. Russell, the Olympic champion, in 5. SAMBA-MAYELA in 6. Stark, Kambunji and SKRZYSZOWSKA nearest the camera. Well, that's a shame. It was a long hold, and you could have heard a pin drop in this arena there. There's some 15,000 or so people in the stadium. Was that Kambunji? Let's hope not. Just glancing at the reaction times. Yeah, I fear it was. Steve just pointing to a name on my sheet. Kambunji looks to have gone 3/1000ths of a second early, Steve. That's a harsh one, isn't it?
He went back. looking at that, you wouldn't think so, would you? That's what's come up. That's what they're going to look at. And that's what they're going to see. But the naked eye, but not the naked eye, that slow motion there, that was a bit harsh. I can only suggest that she had some. It's the pressure pushing back. You can see that 1.197 lane 8 on the blocks. Even if the torso is moving, looks nervous, doesn't she?
But you know what? I wonder if she had any idea that it might be her until she looked up and saw herself on the big screen.
Exactly.
She's thinking, what? You're picking on me? You're kidding.
Yeah.
She's second from top in lane 8, and it would be a great shame if the home competitor in this fabulously strong women's 100-metre hurdles was disqualified here. But, well, you could argue the equipment doesn't lie. 0.097 is the reaction time that came up, and if it's under 0.1, under 1/10 of a second, then in theory you're supposed to be disqualified.
Well, that's
could be a track referee.
That's a tough discussion, isn't it? And then wait for the announcement. What do we do, folks? It's the home favourite. What do
they know where we live.
Oh, he's put it out on the top. He's got the disqualification card.
No! I think the crowd knew what was coming. They'd seen her being focused upon on the big screen at the end of the stadium. She wants to go and have a look. And I'll tell you what, Steve, there is an increasing argument. Well, I say increasing argument. There's plenty of athletes now who believe that it is too slow, that they can beat it by a few thousands.
I don't think it's a case of beating it. I mean, I think if you watch that in slow motion, you would not say that was a false start. It is about the pressure. What the pad is measuring is the pressure back on the block, and that's what they'll show. They'll show the readout of that. If I were her, I'd be saying, "Do you want to have a look at the replay? Just, was I really false starting?"
I know, but they've got time for.
Well, I know you haven't, but it's technology down to thousandths of a second based on the slightest improvement.
That is such a shame. The last individual race of the night, the Swiss competitor is disqualified, Cambodia. European silver medalist. She's going to run under protest by the looks of things. Well, that's the reaction from the crowd.
Well, I think when it's this close, they certainly will allow her to run under protest, whether or not it will overturn any result here. But it's good that she's able to run.
Wouldn't it be ironic if she has a fabulous run here? But she's up against an incredibly strong field, as I said. 5 Olympic finalists go in this women's 100-metre hurdles. In lane 1, Kendra Harrison of the USA, former world record holder. Still the second fastest athlete in history. She's to right of picture in 1. Danielle Williams goes in lane 2. Twice the world champion from Jamaica. Visser, 4th in the Olympics, goes in 3 for the Netherlands. CAMACHO-QUINN, former Olympic champion from Tokyo, took a bronze in Paris. She goes in 4. Masai RUSSELL, the Olympic champion of the USA, goes in 5. SAMBA-MAYELA of France, the Olympic silver medalist, goes in 6. Grace Stark of the USA goes in 7. She was 5th in Paris. Kambunji running under protest here. We think she's been disqualified, but she's running in front of the home crowd. She's in 8, second to left as we see this picture. And in 9, SKRZYSZOWSKA, former European champion from Poland. Good start from Russell and CAMACHO-QUINN, the 2 Olympic champions from Tokyo and Paris respectively, going really well on the near side. SAMBA-MAYELA. CAMACHO-QUINN's got this one though at the moment, or has she? SAMBA-MAYELA coming back at her, but CAMACHO-QUINN takes it. 12.36. SAMBA-MAYELA second, Russell third in between them, and that, well, consolation of sorts for the powerful Puerto Rican. The silver medalist in Budapest last year. She won in Lausanne a couple of weeks ago, equaling her season's best, which she set in a semi-final in Paris of 12.35, and she wins here tonight in 12.36. Again, Steve, really high caliber sprinting and sprint hurdling here this evening in the last couple of races in far from ideal conditions. It's cool, the track is damp, and these athletes, many of them would have been warming up in the rain over the last hour or so. But that was a top race. SAMBA-MAYELA 12.40 for second place, only a half a stride outside her lifetime best. Russell on this occasion in third, the Olympic champion.
Well, she started the season winning Diamond Leagues, and she's finishing the season doing that. Got out really well here. SAMBA-MAYELA also got a pretty good start. At this point, CAMACHO-QUINN just got a bit of a lead. I mean, these two now coached by John Coughlin, the Irishman, then the same training group. I'm not sure that they do loads together. They tell us more than that themselves. But when SAMBA-MAYELA moved to the group, she's just got better and better. And CAMACHO-QUINN's had to contend with that. And tonight they've come out 1 and 2 here against the Olympic champion Russell. She started pretty well, just didn't really get completely into a flow there that she often does. But CAMACHO-QUINN winning again, back to winning ways, which she'll be very, very delighted about. She's a great competitor, has been for a long time now, and who's not like losing. She really doesn't, and you know it as well.
Absolutely, she always looks fed up when she loses, as she's entitled to. It's like following win there, plus 0.8 behind those athletes. She's only 5'3" is CAMACHO-QUINN. She looks more of a physical presence, but like so many of the sprint hurdlers, remember, the world record holder Amuzan is a tiny character.